Whoa! Well, hey, I hate it when it just starts recording on me, and I'm not really ready. So, what's up, everybody? I've always, the Beatles have come up recently here with this new old song, last song, I guess they're calling it, coming out recently. And I've always just been like, yeah, I don't really love the Beatles. I'm not really a fan. I don't hate them. Obviously, respect, and every band I like, at some point, you do hear a Beatles influence. So, I mean, obviously, they're if not one of the probably the most important and one of the most important bands. I don't know, maybe the most important rock band ever. I don't know. I guess it's arguable. But certainly they've influenced a lot of rock and roll bands that I like. And then I start to realize every time I go on one of these binges, it's like, oh, I guess I like them a lot more than I thought. But then they don't always stand the test of time. Like I'll go on a Beatles binge, find a bunch of stuff I like, and I realize at some point, dating back 30 years now, probably from the first time I heard them, I have heard every album completely all the way through and completely all the way through. Um, Probably multiple times at this point. Now, like I would say, unlike a lot of bands, it seemed like earlier, it took them a while to really make their best stuff. Even bands now, definitely bands from that era, it seemed like their best stuff were the early albums, which has always made total sense to me. It's like you spend your whole life, you may not even know it, but you're 6 years old, there's things going into that first album. So then, yeah, you spend your whole life accumulating things and just whatever, and you come up with an album. And then, like a year later, you're supposed to come up with another one. It's like, whoa, whoa, can you give us like 25 more years? Not quite in this business. So, unlike a lot of bands, yeah, they just kept getting better and better. And maybe Abbey Road is my absolute favorite album, I would say. I don't know if that's one most people consider their favorites or even their best album. The early albums, while there's some listenable stuff there, it's just so poppy. Um, yeah, I mean, I could see why my mom made the comment. Like, I liked the Beatles when I was a girl. I think she liked This Can't Buy Me Love, like that era, those early albums. She was probably 12, 14 years old, somewhere in that neighborhood. And then as she grew up, the Beatles grew up, and unfortunately, she did not remain a fan. So, yeah, and then I don't know, a list of songs here. Oh, I should probably look. I put together a playlist here. Like, as I was going through it, I just started throwing songs on a playlist. I don't really know how to find my playlist on the Spotify desktop. How do you do that on desktop? Um, hmm, hmm. What's this? No, no, no. Shows you might like. I mean, my God, there we go. There's my playlists. I notice HBO Max is doing that too, man. They jam your list all the way at the bottom now, trying to get you to watch a bunch of stuff you don't even care about. I'm like, no, man, I just want to go to my list and watch these 13 things over and over and over again. All right, so here's the playlist I came up with this time 13 songs. Yeah, I see some Abbey Road littered there at the end. Dig a Pony and I Me Mine. Now, Dig a Pony is one I've always kind of liked. I Me Mine, I got to say, in my previous Beatles binge, I don't know if I really came away being like, I love that I Me Mine. I'm walking around singing it, got Mary singing it. I don't even know if she knows what she's singing. She probably does. She's been into the Beatles at points. And Dear Prudence, I'm So Tired. I Am the Walrus. Of course, you got to get I Am the Walrus in there on your playlist. Eleanor Rigby, Norwegian Wood, In My Life. We Can Work It Out. I did take that one from the One album. We Can Work It Out. I mean, their songs are so damn catchy, man. Nowhere Man. She Came Through the Bathroom Window. Something and I Want You. She's so heavy. I don't like it when songs put things in parentheses like that. Then the only thing I watched on YouTube was some guy complaining about the transition from I Want You to Here Comes the Sun. And then I saw another guy being like, bro, it's just because you're listening to the Beatles on Spotify. That's the only reason that's a problem. So, do you agree or disagree? um, so, yeah, man, that's pretty much it. That's about all I had on the Beatles. It turns out I like them more than I think. I'm just not like a good Beatles historian. Like, maybe I feel like I should be because I love music. Like I said, I was listening to the new Guided by Voices album. There was a song on there. I was like, yeah, I kind of hear the Beatles here. And then I was listening to I'm Sleeping In by King Gizzard. And I was like, yeah, I kind of hear a Beatles influence here. And then, yeah, every now and then on a Fish song, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I hear the Beatles influence here. And just about any band you listen to. I'm sure if you listen to old T Swift, no, I don't know about that. But I don't, it's like I don't know. Like, were the Beatles, those first few albums, when they're running around singing like Love Me Do and Can't Buy Me Love? Were they like the Taylor Swift of that time? Is Taylor Swift now like the Beatles? I mean, she's huge. People love her. I don't know. I know that's horrible to say, really, right? If you're a rock music fan, but I mean, those first few Beatles albums, that was very poppy rock. I don't know what Taylor Swift's up to. Know a few of her songs. I don't know if she has a Dig a Pony in her, though. I'll tell you that. All right, guys, boom, we're out of here. Thanks for watching my Beatles video.